Hey folks, this is a little bit self-serving. I am getting ready to have an appointment with a new mental health provider and thought it might be interesting for some of you to kind of hear what goes on in the mind of an autistic adult when they are trying to find care. My psychiatrist of 8 years is retiring at the end of the year. She was great about giving lots of notice. Also, I have not been able to find a prescriber in my little mountain town of Western North Carolina that will take me, mainly because I'm on a class of medications called benzodiazepines. I take Valium, about 5 milligrams once a day, which is normally dosed at 10 milligrams 3 times a day, so it's a very small dose. I just take it to get through the initial anxiety about going out into the world and having to have interactions with people that I don't understand, and that I don't understand how to communicate clearly with a lot of the times. I excel at communicating with people in crisis. That's been why I've enjoyed my career as a mental health nurse. The problems are very real, they're very grounded, they're very in the moment, and they're very human. When people are at that level of hurt and broken, hurt and healing, hurt and struggling, they're honest. They aren't using a lot of metaphorical language. They aren't, depending on the diagnosis, playing a lot of social games. Like, none of the things that confuse me are happening when I'm working with people who are in crisis or who are struggling. But coworkers, for instance, might be very kind. It doesn't mean that they're easy for me. I don't understand what I'm being asked sometimes. Sometimes it's the way they're asking. Sometimes it's trying to explain the way my brain's working to get my point across. Anyway, like, I take the Valium to try to get through that, and it also decreases my my sensory overwhelm. So as you can probably tell from this video, if you've seen any of my other videos, I'm having a lot more challenges with word finding than I normally have. I'm having a lot more challenges with linear thinking. I'm actually in a very heightened state of anxiety right now. If a 0 is none and a 10 is I need to take a medication, I would say I'm probably at a 9. Also, I'm afraid to take a medication because if I get on the Zoom with a new prescriber asking for a benzo, Valium, and I look like I've taken a benzo, I don't look anxious, so it doesn't support my case of needing a benzo. And B, if I look like dulled out by a benzo, the chances of me looking like I'm seeking, like a drug seeker, are increased. So all this to say, it's very, very stressful for someone, even with someone with 20 years of medical training, more than that, as an adult on the spectrum, to switch providers. This has been a long process for me, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to get care. The way I come off of a controlled substance may just be that there's no one to write that prescription for me anymore. And could end in an ER visit. I have all the knowledge of the system in my area that I can, and it does not ensure my success in any way. So yeah, I just wanted to share. These posts calm my anxiety a little bit because it makes me feel like my anxiety is maybe serving a greater purpose. And if this can be helpful for you, if you are an adult on the spectrum and you're switching care to a different provider, try and have your emotional support person with you. See if you can do virtual visits so that you're in a familiar environment. These are things that have helped somewhat for me. Express when you first get on with a new provider that you are very anxious. In North Carolina, as we have a Medicaid expansion for the first time ever, there's going to be over 620,000 new people that will qualify for a Medicaid. I think I said Medicaid, not Medicare. Like I said, I'm having a hard time tracking information. Anyway, that increase in people, we already have a difficulty in this area finding Medicaid providers for mental health. There have been no providers added that take Medicaid to this area. So where are these people going to get care if currently, with 620,000 less people on Medicaid, it's a 3 to 6 month wait for a prescriber. I don't know how this is going to work, which is also compounding my anxiety at seeing the bigger picture and having talked to a Medicaid planner who was not even trained, was very great, but was not even trained on the fact that, on the information about the new Medicaid until last week. The new Medicaid goes into effect December 1st, or the application process does. So it's not a system that is set up. I'm aware that it's not a system that is set up. Just because someone, here's the upshot. Just because someone looks like they have themselves together on the outside, could be a high degree of masking. Just because someone's qualified or knows a system, it doesn't mean that they're comfortable. So use your supports, use your tools, ask for help, and good luck out there. Thanks for listening.